Good morning, everyone. It is July 30th, 2025. The next thing I'm going to talk to you about is, again, on the drug crisis and what the government's doing on the drug crisis. And this is in the Maritimes here in Canada, that they're releasing more money to help on the opioid crisis in the Maritimes on all the provinces. It explains very well what they're going to use the money for. More outreach programs, for one. It's definitely an epidemic. The outreach programs have been successful up to a point, but even they're saying we need housing again. And when you look at what we're all saying, and it's repetitive, and that's the thing I actually like about putting up my videos, is you have information coming in rather than just a piece here and a piece there. It's all kind of lumped into one thing. So if I want to look up some information, I already have some information and people have the information together. And one of the things that I steadily see is everybody agrees that we have a crisis. Everybody agrees that we have to find a way out of this. But the biggest thing is agreeing on how we're going to get out of it. So it really does show. And it also shows different methods and different things that are tried in different places on the overdose situation to help people. So again, it's very interesting to see what is being done not just in other countries, but in your own country and across your country, and how different communities and cities and provinces are trying to handle the situation. And so for me, it's a great reference because I can see what's being successful up to a point. But really, I have to agree that this comes down to the housing, and it's supportive housing for these people, where we need the people housed, yes, but in the same buildings we also need the experts, the mental health workers, the social workers. We need everyone to help these people. And we have different people who need different things in their lives, or different stages in their lives. Some of it's alcohol addiction, some of it's the drug addiction, some of it's just being homeless, some of it's mental health. So putting everyone, this is why the shelters were having so much trouble. I'm seeing more and more, and I know I've talked about it so before. And what I'm proposing, and I've been proposing, is that, say you've got people who have mental health issues, and it's not necessarily the drug addictions. Well, they need a separate building just for them, these people, to be looked after, with the social workers and the mental health workers in there helping them. And they need to set up workshops for them on trying to get them living properly, because I know we've had assisted living, and this is part of what it is with the supports. They need a form of assisted living where they can be taught how to, say, wash their dishes or clean their apartment, just the basic skills in life. And that's, again, in another building for those who are addicted and coming out of addiction that don't have these life skills. Need to have programs set up for that, to teach them as they're coming out of it, these addiction problems that they're dealing with. So I think it's very interesting. I love putting up these videos for people so they can take a look at what's actually going on and seeing what's working and what's not working. I think that's extremely important, that we all understand that, and we all can come together. But our lives are different from what they were before the pandemic, and certainly the type of things that went on when I grew up and what the shelters were originally for. They're overflowing. They've got a lot of rules and regulations in some of them, and these people, they keep repeating their mistakes. They keep getting thrown out at the shelters, and that's dangerous in winter because they're not following the rules, for one. So we've got to come up with a better method, because we can't keep throwing people out on the streets. And it's the same thing with the the not the outreach programs, but the ones the oh my goodness, the daycare programs kind of thing, where they go during the day, and I can't think of the name of it. Still hot here. This humidity is starting to affect my brain at times too, so pardon me, but you know, when they go to where they eat during the day and that, so, and we see more and more drugs. And when you look at, for example, when we talk about the injection sites and them being closed down, even before the injection sites were closed down, all these programs, these day programs that they're in, are literally getting overcrowded. They're doing the drugs there. And I've talked to you about it, where they go in, they were getting the needles from them in the morning, they were shooting up, and I've talked to you about how they just fall asleep in their cereal bowl head first, and Julie has talked about it too, where she's had to pull a couple of them out of their bowl of cereal, and they're being allowed to inject right at these outreach programs that they have for people going during the day to eat their meals and that, and this is causing more chaos, not just being threatening to the workers that are and a lot of them are volunteers, and they didn't sign up to be hurt, that's for sure. But we've got to do a better job of what we're doing, and we've got to think outside the box of what we can do. And that's the only way we're going to help solve this problem, is thinking outside the box, working together. And that's one of the things that we find sometimes with the shelters, they as being in the community, and as a volunteer in our community here with the association, we're running up against that, where people think that because they have a degree or something, oh, well, I can do this or I can do that, I'm better than you. Well, nobody's better than anybody else. That's what I'm trying to also say. We all have to work together. It's three heads are better than one. I would say so. You get into a room full of people, you get more ideas flowing, and hopefully out of those conversations, okay, here's another idea that's outside the box. Well, have we tried this? No. Well, let's try it as an experiment, see if it works. So this is what I've been talking about a lot, and that's what I'm for. And I'm doing it in a peaceful way and in a humane way, because what I'm seeing and what we're seeing in here in the community is not very humane in the community. They have such quick access to the drug dealers and everything else, you know, and it's been good. I'm glad I put up the few videos back on. The police are working on it. They're just going through stage 1. They're working on their stage 2 now, so we'll see how that works. But and the other video shows people are still scared to come down to the market here. They don't want to be injured or hurt. So we still have a lot of work to do. Mind you, it is improving, but it's one step at a time, and everyone has to come together and work together. But we're not seeing that yet. But that's why the police are trying to pull everybody together. So it's coming slowly, but there's still a lot of work to be done. So I'm going to leave it there today, everyone, and we'll talk again soon. And please watch the video I'm going to put up on the Maritimes, and we'll talk to you again soon. Take care, be safe, and watch your surroundings, and talk soon. Bye-bye.